Buff Nation. Man, this is a tough one. Buffs fall 21 or 24-21 to the BYU Cougars. And man, y'all come in here, give me your reaction. First off, though, I guess we'll give credit where credit is due. Thank you to Taco Bell for helping put on this post game. Colorado area Taco Bells and the Buffs box, maybe that can get your mood up after a game like this, where we had plenty of chances again to put away the BYU Cougars, but sadly could not execute when it mattered the most. Disappointing performance, but thank you to Taco Bell supporting true NIL. Love that. Going to hear a quick word from ProfitX, guys, and then we're going to dive right in. Want to give a quick shout out to the flagship sponsor of David Talks Buffs and David Talks Broncos YouTube channel, and that is ProfitX, America's #1 sports prediction market. This is peer-to-peer sports prediction where players play against each other, like you and me, instead of a sports book versus the house. You almost always get the best odds on any play that you're looking to make. They operate in over 40 states, including Texas, where I reside. So use the promo code Dave and claim up to $200 in profit cash for all plays in the first 30 days of playing on the site. Terms and conditions apply. Go ahead, click the link in the description, sign up using my promo code Dave on ProfitX, and join me on America's #1 sports prediction market. When you look at the second half, there were opportunities for Colorado in all of the phases to come up big. When we look at the defense, that 3rd and 17 that they had there on BYU's, I think, second to last drive, substantial drive, they give up a 15 or 16-yard scramble to Bear Bachmeier, and then they're able to convert on 4th down. When you look at the offense, one of the last drives of the game, Omarion Miller's holding call, which was kind of up in the air, man. I will add that. I think that was – I saw BYU doing a lot of that, man. I did, but Omarion Miller's holding call. And then what do we do on 3rd and 3? Pat Shurmur wants to pass out of that when you're running for over 170 yards against this team. When you got Draylon Miller, who I will line up first and say, man, I apologize, saying you shouldn't have gotten any snaps. He was one of the major reasons why we were in this game today. Draylon Miller, go get yourself a Buffs box, baby. I think we found your position, man. It's at running back. You can be like our Antonio Gibson, baby. That's what I'm talking about. But Pat Shurmur, man, putting the ball in Kaidon Salter's hands in crunch time, when I think that we saw throughout this game, Kaidon Salter on the ground was going to be very helpful. But again, like that was our bread and butter in this game, was actually running the ball. But again, I think that in the second half, when Kaidon Salter kind of had the pressure put on him in the 4th quarter, as crunch time got down there, he kind of folded, and of course, taking some terrible sacks to get us out of field goal range throughout the game. Of course, on that last drive, throwing that interception that was not needed. But then when you look at Coach Prime, he also had some painstakingly horrible calls there in the 4th quarter that made things even more difficult for us. If you're going to call on 4th and 3 a timeout, I'm assuming that we're going for it, right? And what do we see? We come out in punt formation and we punt the ball, and it's a shank. I mean, thankfully, the defense was able to force a field goal, or I guess they decided to go with a punt and pin us down at the 4-yard line. But that was inexcusable to use a timeout and then punt, because in the situation in which we were to turn the ball over, like we did with 50 seconds left, you actually could still get the ball back if you had all 3 of your timeouts. Also, this team has been horrible in the 2-minute drive, way too lackadaisical. They started the first half in the game with so much urgency, but this offense had no urgency there at the end of the fourth quarter, man. None at all. Yeah, Coach Prime, I think that again did his team no favors, and um, I hated how the game was managed at the end. So there's plenty of blame to go around for this. Before we get to the positives, I think there were some positives to take away from this game because I didn't have Colorado covering, man. And honestly, usually when we go up against tough teams, we fold and we allow ourselves to get beat the hell up. This team did show fight. This team made some terrible plays, but dude, I am proud in the fact that they never quit. They did not give up. Did they get burned like barbecue chicken on all sides of the ball at certain points? Sure, but this wasn't a blowout. We weren't embarrassed, um, but it is a frustrating loss because it was we were so close to getting this, no doubt about it. And again, for those of you that are pissed off seeing Kaidon Salter miss some of these reads, be indecisive with the ball in the pocket, right? I understand you, man. And I understand the standard is high here, especially after, Shador has been here the last couple of years, man. But for the most part, man, this is the quarterback play that you get at the Power 4 level, man. And you have to take care of business in other areas. Um, because too often this team relies on the quarterback to make up for all the sins throughout the game, man. That's how it is. So Kaidon Salter inconsistent today. Part of the reason why we were in this game was because of Kaidon Salter, but you could say one of the reasons why we didn't win today was also Kaidon Salter. Also, Pat Shurmur looked amazing in the first half, man. I love to see the pre-snap motion. I love some of the things of incorporating more Yo-Yo Atia into the offense. I mean, to see him pulling across, blowing up some dudes, that was really, really great to see. I love the creativity with the two back sets and Draylon Miller involved. I think that they found some things that they can go to throughout the season. But again, one of my biggest things with Pat Shurmur is that too often in the second half of football games throughout his career, man, he falls away from running the ball if it's working. And I think we ran the ball for well over like 120 yards or so against BYU in that first half. And we ran for like 50 yards in the second half. We were running the ball really well. Michael Welsh, Draylon Miller. Let me go ahead and get into the stats, man, of this game. I think that again, it was nice to see us have an offense that was predicated on the run. Like this was refreshing to see. You see Michael Welsh averaging 6.1 yards a carry, Draylon Miller averaging 6.5 and a touchdown. Kaidon Salter, 49 rushing yards and a touchdown. This is like the brand of CU football, man, that I really love, man, seeing us run. We've had a lot of great running backs and a lot of great running games here throughout the years, right? And so this was a really good performance against a BYU team that was averaging, I think, 44 or 45 rushing yards given up per game. Like, this was fantastic. We ran for 172 yards. The frustrating part about it is that I feel like we were on pace, especially at the end of the first half, to run for over 200 yards on this team. And I think that some of y'all said this in the comments, man. If we run for over 200 yards, man, we win in this game. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, I am a one-man show tonight. Russ was at the game. So sorry that I haven't gotten to any of your comments yet. But thought I'd get everything off first before I get to what you guys have to say. Please like, subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And Kaidon Salter, 11 of 16. Again, he's throwing at a much more efficient passing percentage than he's had like in the past for his career. But again, it was a costly mistake there at the end. I think that we saw there in the fourth quarter that he did not trust his reads. And again, this is something that I feel like you will deal with for the most part, man, with college quarterback play. I think Julian Lewis has the upside to develop into that. But don't be mistaken, guys. If any of you guys are calling for Julian Lewis right now, I disagree right now. But I want to say, like, if you guys think it's going to look like Shador this year, I think you guys are out of your mind. But now, if we can run the ball effectively without a dual threat quarterback, maybe there's a conversation to be had right now. But I think Kaidon Salter was a tremendous part in being able to run the ball as well as we did with Welsh and Miller and himself. Really love that. But again, did not did not have it. Did not have enough. Um, Defensively, man, a few guys that I want to shout out. Yeah, I think Tafik Bayard and Carter Stoutmeyer both had pretty good games from the safety position. I would say that Tafik Bayard was probably our MVP again on the defensive side of the ball. 10 total tackles, up in the box a lot. He had some big time hits, but with this defense, we saw a little bit more usage of zone, which was awesome. We saw this team not get their butt completely wiped by the opposing offense, and that was good to see. It was good to see when BYU had momentum, man. They actually went and got back momentum. They drove BYU back on certain parts of their drives in the second half to force them out of field goal range or into a long field goal. Like that was great to see. But at the end of the day, man, this secondary room is atrocious. They're going to get cooked no matter who it is. And I've never seen a secondary that just seems to get their hands in positions for interceptions so often, and it just goes right through their hands, man. Like this team still overall just really lacks a killer instinct, man. There were opportunities to seize in this second half, and we just didn't have it. It was nice to see Alexander McPherson, London Merritt out there. Arden Walker made some big plays for us, but overall, man, we really struggled with the misdirection that BYU incorporated into the second half. It absolutely tore us up when, honestly, man, they kind of took the ball out of Bear Bachmeier's hands. It felt like there in the second half. But man, it seemed like every time Bear had to make a big throw, for the most part, he did make it. And credit to him, man. He almost gave away that game there with fumbling that snap, but he was able to kind of hit it back towards the running back. I think that was LJ Martin that recovered it. And turnover free game from him. And they killed us in the second half with the run. You see there, Bear Bachmeier. This is what I was terrified of, that he would run it up on us. And he did just that. 15 carries, 98 yards. They had a 32-yard like end around or reverse from Cody Hagan for a touchdown, and Parker Kingston had 25 on the ground as well. So it was a lot of this misdirection in the QB run. Again, that scramble he had, that 15-yard run he had on 3rd and 17 that was one of the big plays of the game that put it in favor of BYU. And while I am, happy with the defense that they weren't just absolutely terrible today, like they did fight. I legitimately thought BYU was going to score on like all of their drives coming into this game or close to it. They made them punt, I think, 3-4 times? Let's see here. Three punts and a missed field goal. So stopped them on 5 of their drives, 3 points off of that. But leaving the big plays. This team cannot cover without getting hands on their guys, man. And honestly, I felt like the refs held that flag in their pocket a couple times where I felt like they could have easily called pass interference, man, on this secondary, man. It doesn't matter if it's DJ McKinney, Tian Parks, who else we got? Preston Hodge, man. This Robert Livingston, Kevin Mathis, Coach Prime, they need to get this in order. BYU also, I think one of the key things is that Isaiah Jada did not look like a liability today. He had a handful of holding calls last week. And again, this is a former guy on the team that I thought needed a double hip replacement, man. The way he was looking athletically here at CU goes to show you what BYU has done with their player development, conditioning, strength and conditioning, all of that. But he looked much better than what we saw at CU a few years ago. And he was not a liability, man. Our pass rushers were not able to get home nearly enough. I mean, we had one sack today? And with how many times, man, we were breaking up that pocket, man. Bear did such a good job of running out of contact, getting forward. It was frustrating to see the amount of times we were in striking distance of hitting him or bringing him down, and he was just elusive enough to get away from our guys. So, with the struggling secondary, this was one of the keys to the game we talked about. You really needed the pass rush to get home. That's what my BYU friend Trevor was talking about. Like, if there's a liability on this offense, it's potentially what happens there with the offensive line and pass. And we just weren't able to exploit that nearly enough in today's game. So, yeah, just again, I think just one of the positives. It was nice to see us come out, get a lead, fight, make plays, like not just bend over and take it from BYU. Um, I mean, we did cover, I guess, the spread for anybody that had the Buffs covering, right? But yeah, I'm not really angry. I'm more just sad tonight, man. We had this game in reach. I was really proud of the way that this team was staying resilient. But again, in crunch time, it was BYU who made more of those correct plays and coaching decisions, such as BYU to punt the ball onto the 5 or 6 yard line instead of going with a long field goal to possibly miss it, give CU the opportunity at a short field. They made the right coaching decisions. They made enough game second half adjustments during the game to exploit. And again, so close yet so far away with how we gave away these opportunities. So yeah, I guess going into do we got Iowa State next week? No, I think it's TCU. I think we can be right there with TCU. Like, I think one thing that this shows me is that um, yeah, like we're gonna be in it when it comes to these games in the Big 12. Um, do we have enough right now to go and compete for a Big 12 title? Well, starting out 0-2 in the conference is not a good start. Um, and so, but can we win 4, 5 more games? I think so. So I'll get to a few of your comments. It's super late. I'm not going to be on here for very long, but again, guys, I really, really do appreciate you. Um, hey, with a new Ralphie, we have a new attitude, man, and this team fought. But again, just not enough plays when it mattered most, man. This team still is in a clutch. All right, I'm gonna try to get some thoughtful comments. Man, you guys are crashing out, man. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything. Sorry, I don't got super chats right now, y'all. YouTube doesn't want me to make money. Yeah, yeah, Trey Law. I mean, this would have been incredible when we might have won this game if somebody like Samuel Okunlow is able to play and step up. And yeah, Bear Bachmeyer, man, he was able to run it for positive yardage when we would get pressure on him. Again, only 1 sack today, and that tells you the story right there defensively. What else we got? Yeah, that again, you got to ride with Salter right now. And again, I still feel like we can go and win some games in this next stretch. Like I do feel that. Um, even though like we got a loss in this game, strangely, there's some different aspects I'm much happier with what we saw from this team than against Wyoming. I was disgusted with Colorado's um, lack of fight and urgency throughout the second half against Wyoming. It was good to see them fight back after they fell down behind, no doubt about it. Um, and yeah, the yardage that they gave up to such an atrocious offense last week was just it was soft. Again, did not have the greatest day today either, but I felt like it was a better performance. And yeah, I mean Colton Hood's great. Man, you guys are really down in it today, huh? Maybe I don't know, man. Like still feel like with the performance we saw today, a bowl game is absolutely on the table, Brandon. We lost by 3 points. Um, BYU is a very good team. Don't listen to anybody that was telling you otherwise coming into this game. But yeah, we're talking about blame. Sounds like you guys want to blame, man. Pat Shermer, he looked like a genius on those first couple drives, man. I even tweeted out, man, only an idiot would call for Pat Shermer to be fired, right? Robert Livingston, again, just can't get this defense in shape. Coach Prime, again, just terrible management of the clock in the fourth quarter and use of timeouts or lack thereof there on that final drive. Um, and then we can blame the offense and defense too. I don't know what else we got. And there's a lot of comments here. Let's see. Yeah, our D line got absolutely cooked tonight. Not nearly enough penetration. And when we did, again, there was plenty of daylight beyond the line of scrimmage for Bear Bachmeyer. 98 yards rushing, man. Yeah, Rose. I mean, this was just a gut punch, man. Yeah, like absolute gut punch. Man, you guys got some dumbass takes in this one. Man, I loved what we saw from our run game. It's not our fault that um couldn't Pat Shermer didn't want to run the ball in the second half. But man, this is what I don't get, man. Gennaro, like, what are you guys listening to? Like, are you like you even got the volume on, man? Like, there's to me, man, there's plenty of blame to go around, man. We knew our defense is the biggest liability coming into this game, man. The fact that they held this team to 24, that did surprise me. Um, do not get this twisted that this defense is still god awful. Um, but I'm not just going to blame the defense for this loss. Again, I broke it down for you in the first 15 minutes of this thing. There's plenty of blame to go on Kaidon Salter, on this offense, on the coaching. We're not good enough in any area right now except maybe special teams. Yeah, anybody that's saying fire Deion, yeah, we know how they feel about the insurrection, dude. They're not real Colorado fans. They're just trolls in here. But I'll let them stay in here because that helps the growth of the stream. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see Yo-Yo. I think that he might be and I think he might be a shoe-in starter for us next year, man. Lamar, man, this is an embarrassing loss. We haven't learned anything. This is another game that should have been won just by making the right timeout or going for it on 4th and 1 with a 14-point lead. Yes, that's another fair criticism of Coach Prime. I was hoping would have gone for it there too, but Coach Prime doesn't trust this team. I think it's very clear with the lack of going for it on 4th down. And I think the coaching lacks killer instinct. And so that does not surprise me that our players also lack killer instinct, man. No doubt about it. But that's again, I think that it can change and it can grow over time. I would be a lot more angry and disappointed if, again, this was an absolute thrashing by BYU. We lost to them by 22 last time. So again, we just didn't bend over and just take it from them. But it was disappointing, man, that we had opportunities to put this game out of reach. We had opportunities to drive down the field and make it a 2-possession game again in the second half, and we go 3 and out, or we're missing wide open guys, or we're getting dumbass holding calls. Yeah, and you know what happens when you have all 3 timeouts? They punt. Holy shit. How don't Sincere Brown get more targets? Again, like, you can look at this. It's easy to say that, like, yeah, we lost. We should get him more targets. I agree with you, absolutely. At the same time, man, like, Kane Salter didn't really have it today in the passing. We were running the ball incredibly well. And there were opportunities, again, on 3rd and short, even 3rd and medium, where I felt, dude, let's keep doing what we're doing, running the ball. And Pat Shermer just wanted to put the ball in the hands of the quarterback, make some plays. Now, I understand some of those guys are open, but sometimes, man, it doesn't hurt to just stick what's going with you, man, or what's working for you. And I think the run was working much more often than the pass today, and we didn't lean into it enough. I know, man. Wouldn't it be nice to have a tight end like Zach Atkins around here, man? Dude, another story right here. Coach Prime keeping his timeouts. Pathetic, man. Yeah, I mean, his connection with Omarion Miller is off, but man, Omarion, everybody puts you on that pedestal, including myself, that you're that guy, man. That drop on 3rd down, inexcusable. I don't care that it was a little off target, man. That is football. You're paid, you're brought here, you're wearing number 4, so you catch those things. Yeah, 3 tornadoes. I think, again, another case of just beating ourselves. Absolutely. And this wasn't really Houston. Houston, that was just, dude, we just took it, man. Like, they just slapped us around, man. We showed little to no fight there, especially in the second half. This game felt more like Georgia Tech. Obviously, it was a much closer game, and again, this team just lacks a killer instinct when the moments matter the most right now. But here's the thing, AG Warren, I understand Preston Hodge, Parks, Vickers. I don't think played today. You're saying they don't need to be on the field. Hodge played scared when he had to go guard that receiver. Please tell me though, AG Warren, like literally, who the hell else are you putting out there? Because we've seen Tyrekus Davis, although I'd like to see more of him in his limited time out there. He's been getting penalties and guys completing on him. Noah King, I know we've talked about Noah King, but he was out today, injured. RJ Johnson was out today, injured. And it's not like he's been any better. You want to talk about Ivan Yates? Really, AG, I understand. Like, none of these guys are good enough, but the entire room, like, it's not like we got a guy sitting on the bench right now that should be clamoring, that we're all clamoring for. Like, we're just gonna have to live with it, man. Something. We the defense, man, they have to perform better, man. We're not gonna be able to trade for anybody, obviously, right? But this is what I don't get. Like, I know everybody's pissed, but like literally, what the hell is a better solution right now? At this point, it falls on coaching. I don't know if the secondary doesn't have a leader. I think really Tafik Bayard is taking that on. And it seems like he was working real hard to make sure everybody was lined up correctly in today's game. I know Coach Barry, man. I really do think like, Prime, he has shown that he rarely admits to his faults in managing or mismanaging these games, but it's very clear that it's something that he needs to take accountability for and work on, and bring somebody in to help that. Plenty of coaches do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's got plenty on his plate as a head coach. That's why a lot of head coaches need help with this. Um, it's we're always having to overcome some bullshit that we cause ourselves, whether that's with penalties, game management, all of that, man. And uh, Coach Prime, he needs to be better as well, man. We got to get better talent. We have to coach our talent better. Um, Now, don't get me wrong, man. I think that again, there's people saying 1-11 coming into this game. Like, and I was telling those people, man, I'm like, shut the hell up. Like, this is still not that type of product, man. Like, this team, it is close to winning more games, man. Like, it is, and I still think we can get to a bowl berth, no doubt about it. But it's clear this team lacks coaching and killer instinct and talent in order to compete with the top teams in the Big 12, man. Um, BYU, I wouldn't say they're a top team in the Big 12 just yet. Houston might be one, though. They might be one. But right now, we have to play perfectly to beat some of those teams. And that ain't good. Yeah, and again, man, this is why it was hard for me to say we were getting more wins than last year's team, right? When you lose a guy like Shador and Travis, again, I just not to say I told you so, but there are a lot of people that took their play for granted in how they covered a multitude of sins. Yes, this team is absolutely good enough to make a bowl game. Yes, we're 2-3. O-line, one of the positives, man. O-line has looked fantastic. And that's something that can continue to improve throughout the season. Like, I think we're just scratching the surface. This team is talented enough for a bowl game, but this coaching is horrid. Yes. Yes. Coach Prime needs to take his game management seriously. Because you're letting Pat Shermer get way too out of hand, going away from the run in the second half when it's working brilliantly. You're calling timeouts in the most dumb times in the game, and then you're not at the most crucial times. You're not going for it. Again, like reading momentum watching a TV broadcast is a little bit different, right? But to me, it just seems like, hey, we got momentum at certain parts. Like we've been running the ball well, and the lack of trust Prime had in his team to convert on 4th and short, which we never got that opportunity today, or even 3rd and short, running it on 3rd and short. It's like, again, this is where we get in the spot of like, yes, we can call a pass play for Kaidon Salter on an important 3rd down, right? Kaidon Salter is not Shador. You're running the ball very well. This is how we make things harder for ourselves. Trial City, just go back to the beginning of the stream, dude. It's a collective loss. Offense, defense, players, coaching, special teams. Well, not really special teams. And no, I am not blaming him for that interception pass. I'm talking about that 3rd and 3 that he takes a 20-yard sack on. Go back to the beginning, man. Coach Barry, all due respect, I think that this is overreactionary, to put it politely. This is a 5-star quarterback, man, that was at Stanford. Shows you how intelligent he is with the firing of their head coach, then came out to BYU. He's an incredibly talented quarterback. We are in trouble of losing the rest of the games this season. All the teams left that we play against are better than BYU without a rookie quarterback. I totally disagree with that. You still want to tell me that Kansas State is better than BYU? Hell no. We're not going to go through the schedule, But Coach Barry, I think that's absolutely whack. Again, overreactionary, which is strange because I'm usually the most overreactionary guy on here, whether it's for better or for worse right after the game. But it's 1:10 a.m. Maybe that's just what it is. But man, you guys, again, Salter is confused, dude. This is the quarterback play that you get when it's not elite. And again, I think some people have expectations. Again, this isn't to defend him. He contributed to this loss. But I think the coaching staff does not do a good job on putting too much responsibility in his hands at crucial 3rd and shorts. How many times do we pass it on 3rd? Do we even run it on a 3rd and short? No, I would say the only thing that I'm mad at is like some of y'all's like ridiculous reactions to it. I mean, we didn't get blown out. This wasn't a disgusting performance. It's a very frustrating one, but it's not like when I spent $500 or whatever to go to the Alamo Bowl to watch my team just get absolutely obliterated and to see Ralphie Six essentially take a shit on the field before the game. Like, that was an embarrassment to the school. We fought. We weren't better coached, and we weren't the better players on the field today, man. Can't stop the run. Can't stop the pass. Can't pass it downfield. Can't convert third down. Like, so many things. Dude, I can blame whoever the hell I want. This is crazy to me. Are you not watching this team week after week? There's always some dumbass stuff that these players got to overcome from this coaching staff, man. Our players, yeah, we're not going to have 4 NFL draft picks this year. Hell no. Right now, it's looking like we might be lucky to have 1 this year. So yes, this team isn't nearly as talented as the 9-4 team last year. But don't hit me with this bullshit that you can't blame the coaches. Yeah, man. Coaching ain't the best. The players aren't the best. Dude, you're the one in here. You're the one in here, man. You're the one in here throwing a fit. But thanks for subscribing. Yeah. We didn't get whooped today. And I'm sorry, guys. Like, I was expecting us to lose 31-20. I was expecting us to get whooped coming into this game. We showed a lot more fight than what I anticipated, man, against a very good BYU team. Shut the hell up about their freshman quarterback, man. That freshman quarterback played composed. He made great decisions, and he showed toughness, and he led his team to making more plays than what our team made, man. All the credit to Bear Bachmeier, man. That guy is built for it. That guy has looked the part throughout his first, 5 games so far this year. Again, 5-star guy coming out. All right, guys. You have a wonderful night. Again, this team's going to be right in there for a bowl. I really do believe that. But I think after that Houston game, man, I think some of y'all have still been expecting Shedeur and Travis buffs. That's just not the case, man. It's going to be growth throughout the year. And I think we did show growth in a lot of ways today, but still when it comes to that killer instinct, we don't got it. But big positive is that we were able to run the ball against the second best run defense in all of college football right now. 44 yards a game. We went to 171 or 72. The frustrating part is that Pat Shurmur shot ourselves in the foot, went away from it for no reason. Y'all have a wonderful night. Go Buffs.